If you're just joining us, I'm speaking to comedian and writer Paula Poundstone. She makes frequent appearances on National Public Radio as panelist on the news quiz show Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, and as a regular guest on A Prairie Home Companion. And Paula will be coming to a theater near you on Friday, July 3rd at 8:30. She'll be performing at the West Hampton Beach Performing Arts Center. I know recently you've been talking about several locations, Maine and Massachusetts. You grew up in Massachusetts and California, and I know you live in Santa Monica, but I also remember you saying California being one of the worst places.
It's terrible. I sometimes I feel like my cowardice in terms of not moving has been I don't know, is maybe letting down my children in some ways that they don't know about. I mean, because the truth is, they're perfectly happy here. I mean, they don't know from anything else. I feel in terms of education well, I don't know for sure. I mean, I'm not in Massachusetts anymore, but, you know, I think that just regular public school education, certainly in the town that I lived in, was very, very good. And I can't say the same for Santa Monica, unfortunately.
Right.
You know, I think our elementary school was wonderful in lots and lots of ways that I wouldn't find for my kids in Massachusetts. But by high school just, let's say, drops the ball. I have a freshman there and a junior there. Neither one had a writing assignment the entire year.
Are you kidding?
No.
If you had to choose between Maine, Massachusetts, California, and Canada as your new residence, where would you move?
Well, I don't know, maybe Massachusetts, possibly Canada. Our principal actually said to me one time when I complained that they don't teach English, he said, "What do you want me to do about it?" And then a few short weeks later, I was at a concert at the high school, like a orchestra concert, where he was playing the pan flute with the orchestra. And I just thought, you know, why am I not happy to see our principal playing the pan flute with the orchestra?
You know, if you spend a little less time with that pan flute.
Yeah, you know, the haunting... the haunting sounds of the pan flute, I think we could bypass. So this is my point. It's not that they're doing nothing. Again, any teacher would argue that they work very hard, and the same thing for this principal, who when you say, you know, gee, they don't teach English in English, he's not moved by it at all.
Well, it's because he's working so hard on his flouting.
Exactly, because he's spending his weekends practicing his pan flute. Maybe it's just a matter of priorities. And I got to tell you something.
Yes.
He wasn't that good at the pan flute.
Spreading himself way too thin.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes I feel guilty that I never had the courage. I can't tell if it was just, you know, OCD, because it's so hard for me to, you know, pack things up into boxes. Sometimes I feel really guilty that I've not had the courage to move them to another state that I suspect has better education.
How are your cats?
You know, we have 12 now, and I was at a place there that they had kittens, and I'm tempted to get one more. I think I just have a sickness, maybe.
I mean, well, I think your cat humor is one of the funniest things I've ever heard. And cats puffing up, throwing up. I mean, it's just genius.
I sleep on the floor in the living room. I fall asleep every night listening to... every single night. Not only that, my cats throw up rubber bands. You guys, if I went and rubber bands came out, I would think to myself, boy, I'm not going to eat those anymore.
Oh, my God. Well, even as we've been on the phone, by the way, I've been feeding them and cleaning up cat vomit. I'm like a very unprofitable farmer. If I don't start around dawn, I'm not going to get all my work in. But yes, we have 12 cats, and I have a German Shepherd mix pup. I ended up with this puppy because she looked just like a kitten at the time.
Do you consider yourself a cat lover or just a cat owner?
Let me tell you, once you're up to 12, you're a cat haver.
Cat haver?
And a lot of the love goes out of it.
I mean, I have a cat, but I hate the term cat lover, and I don't, you know, just because I have a cat does not mean that I'm like cuckoo for Cocoa Puff. You know what I mean? I
know exactly what you mean.
I see it on the people that say, oh, I'm a cat lover, and I just, well, great, I'm not, and I have a cat, and it's wonderful, but I'm not going to go out and go crazy. I mean, how did it happen? I mean, I saw on your website, which is paulapoundstone.com, by the way, a feature called Ask Heppy. Is kind of like a Dear Abby type of column.
Yes, my cat Happy.
Who is Happy, and what is Happy's area of expertise?
Well, Happy, of course, doesn't leave the house, so she's limited.
Okay.
But she does watch McNeil Lehrer.
Okay.
And a lot of the stuff, she doesn't read. She's a cat, after all.
Of course.
She talks to me, though. So if I read her one of the letters, she often has a response. And sometimes, sometimes there's wisdom in a cat's response, and sometimes, you have to keep in mind it's from a cat.
I was wondering whether or not it was verbal. Like, I was thinking that maybe the cat just gave you a look, and you translated that look like you're an idiot into English. So that she actually
Hep
verbalizes. Talks. Gotcha.
Yeah, Hep talks. She doesn't talk to just anybody. And, and all my cats don't talk, for God's sakes. They're cats.
Mm-hmm. And does she respond immediately if you read something, or does she take some time and then get back to you on it?
Both. Either. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. She's sensitive. She's a little bit moody, but she is very responsive. We have a bunny and a bearded dragon as well. One ant left from my ant farm. I cannot kill them in the kitchen, and I can't keep them alive on the farm. It's very frustrating. I feed them the sugar water that you're supposed to feed the ant farm, and,
right.
I end up with the graveyard full. And ants do have a graveyard, by the way. There's a lot of ritual and organization to an ant colony. They actually have a period of mourning, although my aunt hasn't been able to indulge in it because there's only one left on the farm, and he's stuck with all the work. So he doesn't have time to just weep quietly. Right. Instead, he has to push the plow and cry.
Right, or go through whatever the 5 steps are, the guilt and then the sadness.
Yeah,
and then
he skips anger.
Right, skips anger. Goes right back to work.
Exactly.
Paula Poundstone, it's been so wonderful talking with you again. Thank you so much.
It was nice talking with you. Thanks very much. I appreciate it.
I've been speaking to Paula Poundstone this morning, and she will be performing at West Hampton Beach Performing Arts Center on Friday, July 3rd, and the show starts at 8:30. If you'd like to purchase tickets, you can call the box office at 288-1500 or visit their website, which is whbpac.org.